Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Je Vaughn Show. As always, and until further notice, I am Je Vaughn. Today's show, we have an amazing young man that's going to come by and give y'all some love on his guitar. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, don't sit there, make noise for Mr. Jabari Johnson. How are you, Jabari?
I'm good, man. What's good?
Listen, everything is good, man. I'm sitting here quarantined in the virtual studio, and I'm just sitting here talking to creatives. And I've been putting out the fact that I love creative people, and I'm about giving people, my favorite creatives, a platform. And you, sir, are one of my favorite musicians of all time, period.
Appreciate it, man.
Period. So I knew that I had to have you on the Je Vaughn Show. Now, for those who don't know about Potter's House and Kimberell and Ricky, all that other stuff, for those who don't know about that, can you please educate my fans, my public, your viewers right now, who is Jabari Johnson?
I'm just a quartet kid that so happens to sing CCM music now. You know, I've been playing guitar since I was 3. Started a quartet group when I was 7 with my brother. And then we stopped doing that at the age of probably 18 or something. And then I decided to go solo because my brother was like, hey, man, I know you love quartet, but you got something special on you. So I think you need to go solo. So I did that. And then, you know, the sky was the limit from there. You know, God just opened up doors. I was able to release a couple of singles before I actually got with E1. And then, you know, we're going to get into all that later, new artist of the year and all that. So it's crazy. You said, who's Jabari? I love to play basketball. I tore my Achilles last summer playing basketball, 6 days after Kevin Durant tore his. So, you know, I'm a real hooper. You know what I'm saying? Cool.
So, wait a minute. So, what move were you doing when you tore the Achilles? Were you trying to dunk on somebody? Was it a yoke? What was going on?
It was the exact same move that Kevin Durant was doing. I, dribble between the legs.
Mm-hmm.
But once they try to reach for the ball, take off with the left. As soon as I did that, my right Achilles was like, hey, it's a wrap.
And from that injury, did you decide also, like Kevin Durant, to use the whole summer to think that he was going to heal, but not actually do it so you could sit the entire season just to come back bigger and better? Is that what happened?
Nah, that ain't what happened with me. I what's that, 2 weeks after I had surgery, 2 or 3 weeks after, I went back and told him, like, you got to put me in a boot because I need to try to do something on it. It was like, we can put you in a boot, but you cannot walk on it.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I tried to walk on it, and I realized why they told me not to. Yeah, I had my friend bring me some food to the crib. I still had the cast on. This was like the 2-week mark, and I had on a sock on the other foot. And instead of taking the sock off or getting on my scooter, I decided, hey, I'm gonna just hop to the door. Yeah, that didn't end too well. Sock slipped, foot slipped from under me, landed on my Achilles again, ended up at the hospital. Yeah.
All right, so what happened to the Achilles the second time then?
I mean, thank God I didn't rip it again, but they had to reposition it so it could grow back together again and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Now, pardon my question. I'm going to ask you something real personal. How tall are you?
I'm 6 feet.
6 feet tall. Do you have 6 foot syndrome to where you think that you are both the point guard, the shooting guard, the small forward, the power forward, and probably can play the 5 every once in a while?
Yeah, for sure.
That's what
I can play center. I hate playing point guard because I'm not the guy that can dribble all the time. I'm not big on dribbling and stuff. I can take off, and if I'm like LeBron, if I'm going to the rack, you can get out the way because I'm coming. With the balls, I'm coming with all the power, all that. But just sitting up there trying to cross somebody, I may get somebody every once in a while. But I'm the guy I want to be in, and I'm going to play center, put me down low on the block, give me the ball so I can throw some elbows. What's that, dream shake? Yeah, all day. Let's go.
Now, and we're going to get to music in a second, but the Je Vaughn Show is really about creatives and getting to know creatives. The word on the street in both Houston and Dallas is that you are a black hole. Once the ball gets into your hands, you either go for the rebound or just take off the other way to start playing defense. Is that true about Jabari Johnson? Is Jabari Johnson a black hole?
Hold up. What?
I'm just telling you what the word on the street is, that you will shoot the rock every single time, even if there's 3 people on you. So the question is, sir, do you give up the rock?
I'm Kobe, for sure. I'm Kobe for sure. Listen. I will pass the ball if I'm in a situation where it's like 3 people on me, because I get on the guy that's on my team for doing that. I'd be like, "Yo, we wide open, like pass the ball." But if I'm hot and I'm shooting,
then
and
you go.
3 people on me, I'm gonna take that shot. I'm gonna be like, and if I make it, then everybody's gonna be like, "Oh." But if I miss it, then the team's gonna cuss me out and all that. But hey, this is what we're doing.
Once they open up the parks, and I mean not the fake opening this Friday, but the real opening when everybody can go out, me and you, we're gonna just go to a court. We're gonna find 3 other people. We're gonna run them. Let's just do that. Let's just do that to make sure that we still got our.
You're gonna be on my team, or I'm playing against you.
Absolutely, no. You're gonna be on my team so that I don't get you.
Okay, I was about to say you don't want to play against me, bro.
Have you played against any gospel artists before?
Yeah, I played against J. Drew Sheard.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty good. He can't,
So one thing that J. Drew can do is make some music. Watch that transition. It'll pay that transition pays money, man. So you worked on Kiki's album, right? Or played on
not this last one.
Not this last one, but you played with.
I think it was the what record was that? It was the EP. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna get the line. Let me look it up.
I had it right in front of me, and then my son just took it, and I'm not about to scream at him on camera because the people get called, and I ain't got time for the people. But you did play with Kiki. What is that experience like working with?
It was the Graceland record.
Right.
Yeah. It was a good experience, man. Because people don't know this, but Kiki Sheard was actually my first major gig. You know what I'm saying? I met them probably about 8 years ago at the AIM convention.
Mm-hmm.
And J. Drew called me out to play for the BRL conference that they were having back in the day. So I went and played for that. They had Corey Henry playing organ. J. Drew was on drums. Snoop was on bass, and who else? Jay Brooks was on keys.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy. That was actually my first big gig, and it was crazy, man. So when he called me to play on the record, he asked me to play acoustic on a song, and I was just like, I don't have an acoustic, but I'm gonna try to fool him. And I played an acoustic simulator. And and he was just like, yeah, it ain't acoustic, but I'm gonna keep it anyways. But that's probably why they ain't called me back to play on there, nothing else. But
I think that it's so cool though that the first major gig is like with family of royalty, but you played with royalty itself, from the Kimberells to the Ricky Dillards to what do you think has caused this moment to happen in your life? How did you go from just a kid balling on the streets of Houston to now one of the most sought after musicians in the industry, period?
It's always been a dream of mine, man, to be like that guy that people either look up to or people want to call to play on their record. So it's always been, like I said, it's always been a dream of mine to do that. And like Kiki was my first gig, and then after that, things just kept popping off, and I was just like, it was just blowing my mind, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you, because I grew up in a small church. I didn't play with like crazy good bands and stuff like that. I grew up in Northern Memorial Temple Church of God in Christ. The guy Shannon Jackson taught me how to play guitar and all that. So we change organ players every week. We never had a consistent organ player. The only thing that was consistent was me, my brother, Shannon, and Brennan on drums. And so I never had a chance to play with like a real band. But then people like Mike Burrell, they got with me and was like, hey, when you playing with a band, I think you should do this. I think they taught me discipline and all that stuff like that. And from there, it was just, like I said, sky's the limit, man. Yeah.
And is that the same discipline that you're using as the lead guitarist for Potter's House? I mean, that must take some real discipline to play for a great man and a great ministry like Bishop Jakes and his ministry.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because the guys that play in the band, like Justin and Sim and Terry and Kermit, all those guys, they grew up in the Hawkins times and all that stuff like that. So they don't believe in all that. you got to fill up every space with a line and all that stuff. They like let the music breathe and all that stuff. And when I got there, I was still, pretty crazy, just trying to fill up all the holes and stuff like that. And it was just like, hey man, we don't need you playing bass. We need you to play chords. We need you to do this. And they really taught me a lot of stuff. And it made me into the musician that I am today.
Now, what are some of those things that you took or that you're taking from working in ministry like that towards this upcoming album that's coming out in May?
Hold on, say it again.
How are you using some of that experience for this upcoming project that you're working on or that you've been working on?
How am I using it, man? Being around Bishop is a whole different ball game. And I watch him all the time as far as like doing interviews and stuff like that. That's why I'm kind of able to do interviews now, because I watch him all the time and do stuff like that. And it's just like, I'll be sitting there like, how is he doing this? Like, he do it so effortlessly. I just messed that word up.
You messed it up effortlessly, though.
It look so easy, man. Like, I was there last week watching Bishop do his thing, and he's sitting up there on the phone, and it was like, yeah, Bishop, they want you to do this and want you to do that. He's like, yeah, just put it up there. I'll be ready. I'll be able to give him 10, 15 minutes of nothing but a long talk. And I was just like, and he did it. Like, it was easy for him. So I'm taking all that stuff like that and trying to apply it to what I do. And
What is now? I've been to the Stellar Awards. I've attended the Stellar Awards. I've worked backstage of the Stellar Awards. I have interviewed at the Stellar Awards. I have never won a Stellar Award. What does that feeling feel like? And will you let me borrow it for a weekend?
I don't know about borrowing it for a weekend. I'll let you see. Hey, can you pass me this? My Stellar.
You know what? That's a sentence that I've never been able to say. Can you pass me my Stellar Award real quick? Can you just bring that over, the one that got opportunity?
I keep it shined up, I keep it shined, yeah.
Can you just real quick, for people that don't understand, just name off some of the names that's on that Stellar Award? Just rattle off a couple of them.
Mahalia Jackson.
Mahalia Jackson.
Aretha Franklin. The Dixie Hummingbirds, Andre Crouch, Thomas Dorsey, the Mighty Clouds with George Tremaine Hawkins, Mississippi Mass. I think they're on here. Let me see what he had.
Wait, they got some people on the back too?
But yeah, Bobby Jones, the Caravans. They gotta add the Clark sisters to this too. Yolanda Adams. I don't see the Clark sisters. Yeah, they gotta add the Clark sisters for sure.
What is it gonna take for them to add Jabari Johnson to that list? On that?
A couple more years, I promise you, my name will be in one of these. I guarantee you. Yeah.
Now,
consistency, man. That's all it's gonna take.
You talked about the different variations of music that you've done and the different people that you played for. Allow me to go real quick to Tori Kelly, who may be one of my favorite voices of all time. And by the way, Tori, you have a welcome seat here in the virtual studio anytime you want to come through. Take me to working with Tori. And I'm not going to be one of those, well, what was this like? What was that like? What was this like? But just put me in the room with you and Tori Kelly music. What's that?
So, as we all know, Kirk Franklin produced that record. So they called me in. They was just like, oh, we need you to play acoustic on this and play lead guitar on this. Well, for me, acoustic guitar is not my thing. I can play probably some CCM music and stuff like that, but when it comes to like the hard stuff that you need a real acoustic guitar player for, that's not my thing. So they ended up calling the other guy in. But being in that room, man, and just being able to give my input, he allowed me to run the studio session for one of the records, for one of the songs. I forgot what it was. I think it was Masterpiece. I think it was. And I was just sitting there. He was like, hey, run this session while I run in the other studio real quick and do this. So I was telling the guitar player what to play and all this stuff like that. I was like, go back and all that. I was like, hey, man, I need you to take some pictures of this because I might not get this opportunity again. Yeah, but it was crazy. And then to be nominated for a Grammy for like playing on that record, I was like, man, Jonathan McReynolds gonna get this. I was looking at I was looking at the whole list, and I was just like, it's a bunch of people on here. Tori Kelly just got into gospel, just got into this whole gospel thing, and then when she won, yo, I was like, yo, I just won my first Grammy, yo. This is crazy. Crazy. It was lit, yo.
So not just the Stella, but the Grammy too, huh?
Yeah.
Do you have the Grammy sitting around next to the Stella, or do they have their own room?
The Grammy, but I got the
plaque.
Yeah. Let me get that.
You know what? Another sentence that I've never been able to say. Will somebody pass me my Grammy plaque? Son, my Grammy plaque. He
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's nice. What other?
And the crazy part is, so I actually got another one that's on the way from, but it's just for being nominated with William Murphy. I played guitar on his last record, so I was like, man, yo.
Wait, what was the name of Bishop Murphy's last album? You remember?
I think it was Settle Here.
Settle Here, which is a good quarantine song. Hiding Place, A Different Place. You've been working on some good quarantine albums, titled albums. Yeah, just set. By the way, let's get back to music in 1 second, but this is something that people want to know, and it's something that I ask everybody. What does your mental look like right now with everything that's going on in the world, with being told to sit in and settle there? What's been going on in your mental space, and how are you holding up?
Well, for musicians, this is like, you know, the Super Bowl for us. You know, we get to sit in the studio all day and just make stuff up. So that's cool. But outside, when I walk out of that studio, I'm just sitting on the couch. Like, I have my days where I'm just like, man, this is killing me. Like, I want to go to a bar and just like eat some wings and have some fried pickles or something, man. But I can't do that because all this foolishness going on, you know what I'm saying? So I have my days where it gets to me, but other than that, I'm just sitting on the couch watching All American or Ozark, or I'm in the studio chilling. You know what I'm saying? Now, so it ain't really bothering me that much. I go to the trail, run me a good, 4 to 5 miles, come back, chilling, cook. I've learned how to cook a lot of stuff.
Oh, what are your specialties now? What you make in the lab?
Barbecue chicken. I'm still trying to perfect my ribs. My uncle won't give me the recipe for his ribs, because so if you're watching this, Keith Butler, I need that recipe.
Keith Butler, give the man a recipe. Give him the recipe.
I learned how to make a pound cake. My mama gave me the recipe for that. Pound cake. What else? Man, so much stuff.
So you're one of those that can eat barbecue chicken, then finish it off with a pound cake, and then go run 4 to 5 miles?
Yeah.
And play guitar.
Okay. I'm the type of guy that'll go to Whataburger at 12 o'clock at night, eat it, go to sleep, and then wake up. Now, what I will say is, when I tore my Achilles, I gained 20 pounds. I was 240. So now I had to work that off. So I'm back down to my good old 219, 220, something like that. So, yeah.
Now, you were talking about sitting at home and being a musician and everything. Teddy Riley versus Babyface. Did you watch it? And who do you think won the battle?
Babyface.
Right.
Hands down. Because when Babyface hit him with that, we're playing remixes now? I don't do remix.
I don't do
all. I said, hey, the battle is over. Done.
Teddy had the towel around his neck too, like he was ready to throw it in, like he was just.
He should have, because it was a rap. Babyface was giving like the little speech before, and he was just like, yeah, and I think when you're with your girl and you want to play something, you want to just, I think it should go something like this. Bam, play. And I'm just like, oh.
And then Babyface would be like, yeah, when I was sitting and talk to Mike, Mike,
so cool with it.
When I sit and talk to Mike, I said, okay, just shut it down. It's over. While you're sitting up in your room, Brandy style, what are you watching these days? What is it? A Netflix house? Is it a Hulu house? What are you on?
I have everything. I have Netflix, Hulu, Fox Sports, Stars, everything. But I'm really into Ozark right now.
Ozark, listen. When you get done with that last episode of the new season, you hit me up, because that's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say nothing else. but you hit me up, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Is it that good?
Dude, listen, okay, but I ain't got time for that. These 30-minute interviews be getting on my nerves because my producer wrecking me up. But when you were younger, we didn't have all these options. We had like 7 channels, maybe 10. And I used to grow up watching cartoons, you know? And I had Animaniacs. Tell me, what cartoon did you used to watch growing up?
You definitely didn't hear what I said.
Nope, I totally blocked you out.
I said you had 7 channels.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that they were giving away more channels in Houston. What? Houston had the whole 40 package? They were
27.
Oh, I keep forgetting I'm old. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But we all we watched was Walker Texas Ranger with my dad. So it was either that, and if your parent, I know you done heard about In the Heat of the Night.
Of course.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I didn't, but
we used to watch. We just wore. We just watched westerns and
cartoons
in my room. I would watch Pokemon, Rugrats.
You know what? Power Rangers was cool, but you said Rugrats, and that brings me to a really interesting part of the show that we like to call the song break. Now, here's what's going to happen. I would like for you, if you don't mind, since you got the guitar there anyway, can you please give us just a little bit of the Rugrats theme song?
Oh.
How do you just know the Rugrats theme song?
Yo, because I love that. And you know what's crazy? I could be that guy that just use that and like worship, you know.
That's where it goes.
And people just but it's just like, baby, that's Rugrats. That is not the Holy Ghost.
Now, what is the Holy Ghost, though? I mean, Rugrats, you can put the power into anything. But remember when you first wrote that first song and then you released your first song, how long was it between the writing of your first song and the release of your first song?
It was about a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was about a year because I wasn't gonna release it. My homeboy hit me up and was like, he was crying. He called me crying, was like, yo, that song, Have Your Way, you gotta like put it out. But Have Your Way was like my 4th song that I put out. I released three other joints before I got with E1, but it was like a year before I put Have Your Way out. I didn't put Have Your Way out till I got to Dallas.
For those who maybe are a little bit familiar with it, and since you have the guitar right there, if you don't mind, can you give them just a little hit of Have Your Way?
Overflow in this place. Have your way in this place. God, we want more in this place. Have your way. Cause we can't walk without you. And we can't talk without you. Oh, we can't without you. Have your way. It's my favorite part. Yeah. So if it's not pleasing you, take it out of me. So if it's not pleasing you, take it out of me. If it's not pleasing you, take it out of me. Have your way. So if it's not pleasing to you, take it out of me. If it's not pleasing you, take it out of me. So if it's not pleasing you,
Take it out of me and have your way.
Yo, first of all, we got to show love to whoever that is with you in the back.
It's Emmy. It's Emmy. Come on over here, guys.
Come on over here now.
Emmy.
Emmy.
Hello, how are you?
Listen, you sound amazing.
Thank you.
When is he going to let you have your own album?
Well, that's coming.
Yup.
It's coming soon.
Yup.
Quick, actually. It's coming really quick. So hopefully we can connect.
That's what's up. Be ready for your interview. Now, who is she in your life?
Emmy is my friend. We've been friends for how long? Like 12 years or something like that?
Yeah, pretty much. About 12 years.
Yeah, about 12 years. She sang with me. She just started. When did you start singing?
I don't know.
Probably like the
last year and a half.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but
man,
that's the homie.
Jabari, I promise you, I pray sometimes to God that I wasn't as nosy as I am. But Lord knows it's just something that He has given me. So what's the problem, sir? Why haven't we had a different type of collaboration? Why are you single?
Me?
Yes, sir.
One, she's married.
Well, that has a lot to do with it, ladies and gentlemen. That right there will shut it down immediately. Huh?
Yeah. She's married, and I'm just, just waiting. Waiting to see.
Gotta make sure she got the anointing on.
The anointing, huh? Not the anointing, the anointing. It's just hard for me to find somebody that can deal with what I do for a living, and that's not gonna try to make me put my career on the back burner and stuff like that. I ain't got time for that, man.
So apparently Gigi Burrell know a little bit about Emmy, and she said that she and her sister are amazing, and that her mama's a beast. Can we bring her back on just for one more quick segment? I know we don't have too much time left. About Jabari.
Hello.
So who's your mama? Who's your sister?
My mom is Tisha Boyd Smith. And my sister, her name is Ariel Campbell. Of course, I'm Emerald Campbell. And we used to do a group. We did a group called The Fam, and we generally, every once in a while, put a video up and just sing as a family. But, that's us.
You did do background with Maurice Griffin.
I did. Mm-hmm.
I was there for that release.
The live recording that he did back. It was easy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is so awesome. Now, can I get both of y'all in the same screen? So how are you all dealing with doing these type of things being 6 feet apart?
As far as music wise, as far as doing anything that is needs to be recorded or whatever the case may be, I really only do it for my friends who I've actually vested with, who I can actually call them and be like, hey, who have you been around? Or have you been around anybody? Because I have a newborn also. So
she ain't playing no games with that.
I do not play any games with that. But my husband and myself, we just really are enjoying the time, just being at home, enjoying that family time. Also me, because I write a whole lot. And also there's some things right now that my sister and I, Ari and Emmy is what we're going to be called, going out the second time. So you guys are the first people that are really kind of hearing about this before we actually push it all out. So
exclusive.
Exclusive.
I'm super excited to be doing that. But right now we're just recording for all of that and kind of still trying to show people you can do this as long as you are wise, stay home or collab with those that where they've been,
Plus she live in Egypt, so.
Right.
Are you is she going to allow you to be part of the project? Are you going to be doing anything with their upcoming stuff?
Yeah, if she asked me to, she already know I'm on. Yeah.
That's what's up.
It's like she ain't even got to pay me. That's how close we are. That's fair.
All day.
That's what's up. I can't wait to keep building those type of relationships so I can have musicians that I don't have to pay. Real quick, go. And it was requested into the chats for one more song break. Since you have Emmy right there, since you've got the guitar right there, and since you do have an upcoming album that's about to be released in May, right? Am I right about it? Yeah. You got something coming up in May?
The single comes out in May.
The single comes out in May. Can we get just a small sample? I know you can't just play the whole thing for us right now, but just a small sample of the upcoming single with Emmy in the background with you.
Yep. So I got power over everything. I can tread upon the head of the enemy. See, he's defeated. That's why we sing. Hey. So we already won the victory. So I'm not worried, for I know. So God has everything under control. Yeah. See, he's defeated. There is evidence. Yeah. The devil is already defeated. Yeah. Defeated. Yeah. Defeated. Yeah. Defeated. Defeated. Said it's a fixed fight, and we already won. 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 The devil's already defeated. Hey. The devil's already defeated. You gotta claim it over your life. The devil's already defeated. Nothing falling in space. Shall be able to prosper. The devil's already defeated. You gotta tell the devil this right here. Say, see, you lose again. You lose again. Hey, every little thing you lose again. You lose again. See, I am more than a conqueror. You Christ Jesus. You lose again. I am more than a conqueror. You Christ Jesus. You lose again. See, this a fixed fight, and we already won. That's the song, man. Yo,
Come on here.
yo, I can't wait for y'all to hear it. Wow, it's crazy. And then the end of the song goes to like this trap beat, so everybody gonna be, yo, it's gonna be lit.
And that's that Houston influence, right?
Already, you already know. Chopped and screwed.
Are you in Houston or are you in Dallas because of the Potter's House?
I'm in Dallas.
You are in Dallas. All right.
Yeah, I've been in Dallas for 3 years.
Man, you got a anointing on you, sir, that I'm sure that you have heard all your life already. But let me just go ahead and say the music is hot. I went through and all this week I just been playing Jabari Johnson. The kids like, will you please go and do this interview so we can stop listening to Jabari Johnson? So, I appreciate you, man. Like I said before, you're one of my favorite musicians, period, on the planet. So I thank you for joining me on this show and for debuting not debuting it, but letting us hear a little bit exclusive acoustic version of the single, but letting us hear acoustic of Rugrats, for sharing Amy with us, and for just being that cool dude. You the bomb, girl.
Thank you. You too.
As soon as we for real can go out, like not this Friday foolishness, but for real can go out, I got you one-on-one before we take on everybody else, because I got to show you what I can do, even with 2 bad knees and being 40. I'm a monster. Hold on, let me just put it like here. I'm a beast. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure that you all like and that you all share today's interview with Jabari Johnson. Y'all hit him up. Now listen, you're not gonna get on his Facebook. He got 5,000. He's not even letting me up in that joint. That's like an exclusive club.
Yo, I have no problem deleting some people, because I be going down the list, and if I see like one mutual friend, I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, and we got a lot in common. So go ahead and delete like 5 people. Bring me up in that joint. But if they want to get a hold of you on your other platforms, where do they go?
Jabari Johnson on all social media platforms is Jabari Johnson on Instagram, Jabari Johnson on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. My TikToks be lit,
you
yo.
Killing the TikTok game, Doc.
Yo, I'm about to do one today, because one of my homies got a new song coming out tomorrow, and I gotta do a dance to that. But and then it's Johnson_Jabari on Twitter. Cool. Yeah, just stay tuned, man. Hopefully I can come back on here when the record or when the single come out, man.
Absolutely. Hopefully by that time too, we'll be able to do some stuff like around people and actually make it like a real good show. We may even live stream the release. We're gonna do some stuff, Jabari. But for real though, I appreciate you. I appreciate your ministry and everything that you've been doing. Keep going, Doc. You're one of the most creatives, and I appreciate what you've been doing.
Appreciate it, man.
So listen, everybody, again, like it, share it, go to Jabari's page, flood it, let him know that y'all listen, that y'all watching, that y'all appreciate who he is and what he does. For everybody associated with the Je Vaughn Show, thank y'all for listening. I know we 5 minutes past and my producer is on me right now. So please take care of yourselves and each other until we see each other tomorrow with Letice Crawford tomorrow. Y'all come back tomorrow and we're going to kill it again. God bless you. Man, I